Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule and teach well. Peace and salutations to the brothers on the four corners of this earth, pushing the soul in truth and in sincerity. Brother Manatizak, another short video. You know, I see a brother posted this on his status today, and I asked him to send me the article. Because just the other day I was watching Manatizak's video on the whole port situation in the US, right? And that is where I really get the title from for the video. Anyhow, it's a short article. I have about 3 precepts written down, so let's get to it and to it. You understand? Alright, it says port operating at limited capacity after workers walk off the job. Alright, it said at least one business is very concerned over industrial action at the Port of Port of Spain, which began yesterday. Scores, what it is, Tuesday? Yeah, so like Wednesday. It says scores of workers walked off the job over a range of issues, including health and safety concerns and stalled wage negotiations which disrupted operations. The walkout began shortly after 7 a.m. with workers heading to their union, the Seamen and Waterfront Workers Trade Union, right, located on Ryson Road, Port of Spain. The workers' action mirrors strikes in the United States, where nearly 50,000 port workers launched a strike last Tuesday, disrupting operations on the eastern seaboard and Gulf Coast. So, what this here is implying is that a shortage is on its way, right? A dread shortage is on its way. It said news reports in the U.S. said that the stoppage is affecting the flow of imports and exports, and said strikes could become the most disruptive in decades. At SWW, at the Union Hall, right? President Michael Anicetti, whatever, told workers that the industrial action could cost the port millions, potentially affecting over 80% of its revenue. It will cause significant damage. The port generates most of its revenue from receiving, storing, and delivering cargo, and this operational department is now affected, unfortunately, but understandably. Due to the failure to deliver on promises made to the workers, I estimate about 85% of the port's revenue, which could amount to millions of dollars, is at risk. However, we must not blame the workers. They are not at fault. Anisat said. Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of the Port of Spain, Robert Ramsubhag, said operations had already been impacted by the workers' walkout. In the media release, Ramsubhag, what kind of fucking name is that? Indian name. Said the port was operating at limited capacity due to the unavailability of the full complement of labor. Okay, that's great. He said vessel operations, Westgate operations, and terminal loading and offloading were affected, However, Anisat said the workers did not intentionally set out to trouble business owners and citizens. The workers, who have been frustrated by broken promises over the last 2 or 3 years, have reached their breaking point. The pressure has burst their pipes and they have come. Yesterday was not the first time workers walked out of the Port of Spain. Earlier this year, 1,000 workers walked off the job, giving port management 7 days to address health and safety issues and agreed to a 12% wage increase. The workers yesterday said the issue still persists. Wow. So they walk off the job already. They tell them, yeah, don't worry, I'll get you on the fucking... Nothing again, like, nothing again. The workers said the issue still persists. And he said the union is willing to meet with port management. The union could not say if the workers would stay off the job. Coordinator of the Confederation of Regional Business Chambers, Jai Leela Dalve, I'm not even trying. Jai has described the situation as very concerning. It is very concerning because it is going to cost business owners and enterprises a lot of money. The longer the cargo remaining at the port, the more demurrage costs they will incur. We urge the Port Authority and the Seamen and Waterfront Workers Trade Union to sit down, stay at the table, resolve the differences, and come to a resolution. Chai said. I ain't trying to pronounce that bullshit. Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce Chief Executive Officer Vashti Gayadin, alright, a little bit more. Vashti Gayadin also said the chamber is aware of the challenges at the port of Port of Spain. She added that the chamber is gathering information from its members to determine the extent of the impact on businesses. Right? So you see what's going on? The promising the sun that year, though, really will get you, and then it's failure. Nothing. It's not like they care to begin with. Alright, so let me go into some scriptures here. Alright, the first one, of course, is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3, because when I read the first three stanzas, if you would, here's the first precept that came to mind. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, when they look up the keepers of the house, go back to the economist, right, shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. The grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right, when you look up the grinders now, we're talking about grinding wheat and so on and so forth. But what basically that isn't when you look up the word as it is written, but in nowadays terms it will be like processing production, the production halting. That is what it means. When the days when production halt, like what going on the port right now, shit had to halt. Because what they are few. Nobody, the workers not going out, the people who going and making the mill grind not going out there. It's and the door shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low. Yeah. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So yeah, we in that day right now. Grinding has become low. You understand? The grinders have become low because they are few. How much more they go take, by? How much more the people go take? At the end of the day, the oppressed and they still working under the said conditions that they, as the man said, 2 or 3 years ago, they still, fighting to get issues resolved. The same exact issues. Right, earlier this year, they was fighting to get it resolved, to get a wage increase, to get the safety by, the safety concerns the people have. Health and safety concerns are major things. So you have somebody put their life at risk for your dollar, right, to line your pockets. And they're still not even raising their pay self. That to tell you. So, well, we can't do nothing about this safety thing right now, but I look at all of a sudden, it's something, you know? Something because you're the line in the pockets of the country, basically. And yet they wouldn't. Now, this could go all sorts of ways. You understand? They could say, you know what, to hell with them workers, we have AI, we could use robotics to run the port. Psh, you never know. You understand? That would tie into the UBI, you know what I mean, the digitalization, because the finance minister doesn't say any budget, we have to go digital from next year, apparently. You know what I mean? So, shit. Look out for it. As in America, so in TNT. Alright. I'm going to get to my second precept. There's only 3 precepts I jotted down. You know what I mean? Because it really does, after all the videos we done on these prophecies coming true, it really is just a matter of time. We really don't have to explain much again because it's in all our videos. You understand? These are all the prophecies we're talking about coming true. Bit by bit, piece by piece, simultaneously. Right? It says, behold, victual shall be so good sheep upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Right? Sword and famine. That shortage could lead to famine as well. A severe shortage of a particular good or commodity. Right? We and in Trinidad and Tobago, we don't produce nothing, no. To be honest, other than whatever local markets, I don't think we produce anything on any major scale like rice or meat, or we don't produce nothing big on no big scale, you know? So we don't even produce sugar and we used to. You dig? So we have to the cross, as they just say. It says, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Yeah. You understand? The missiles go destroy them. It have no way to escape. It have no way to escape. Alright. We'll go to the book of Isaiah. There's a precept in Isaiah that did cross my mind, and I'll go bring it up because it more or less suits the entire topic. Isaiah 10 and 23. It says, for Yahweh power of hosts shall make a consumption even determined in the midst of all the land. Right? It's that other one we say in all the earth. It says, yeah, when I say he will make a consumption, meaning a completion. When I look up consumption, I mean complete. He will make a completion, so like, you understand? So, I'm typing it because it's somewhere else in Isaiah. I think it's Isaiah 28. Alright, look it up. It says, just bear with me one moment here. Oh my god, alright. Alright, Isaiah 28, I was saying. So therefore be ye not mockers, lest your bands be made strong. For I have heard from the Lord power of hosts a consumption even determined upon the whole earth. Right, a completion that is determined on the whole earth. Right, guys, that time we'll go back to the hour of temptation. Right, Revelation 3 and 10. Yeah, it's a temptation that will come upon the whole earth. You understand? It's a completion. All things will come to an end. This entire kingdom will come to an end from all angles. From the weapons of war, the fucking the dollars, the monies, the rich ones, the poor ones. Once you're on this side, you're on that side, and that is it. Alright, so I hope this was edifying to the spirit and power of your Basha Till next time, Shalom.